Unity means unity upon the truth. Unity can only be achieved if people are unifying upon the Quran and the Sunnah as it was understood by the Salaf of the Ummah. The Salafiyya approach to Islam, which is a methodology in which we understand Quran and Sunnah according to the understanding of the Sahaba. That is the only basis for real unity. Otherwise, we end up in what appears to be unity, but there is disunity. Like in Afghanistan, for example, when people, the various groups united to overthrow and drive out the Russians and topple the communist rule. And what happened after that? They were united. They had a council and everything, and they fought together and defeated them. But then what happened after that? They went right at each other's throats. They were out there killing each other in numbers. It was just a mayhem all over Afghanistan. Each one grabbed this area. It's like warlords controlling this area and that area. This is why the Taliban, in spite of whatever is, errors that they have in some of their concepts or whatever, they have done a major service to the Afghans, because they have brought security to some 95% of Afghanistan. People can travel, people can go in safety. People on the Pakistani side of the borders, scared. People are robbed. You're driving on the road, people stop your car and take your money. In a lack of security, you drive into Afghanistan, boom. Because they cut off your hand if they catch you stealing. They kill you if you rape. So security, in spite of whatever people may not like about the Taliban, by applying the Sharia, they brought security to the land. Right? But as I said, those groups, because of the fact that their unity was not based on the Quran and Sunnah as understood by the Salaf of the Ummah, once the reason for their unity went, then disunity reigned. And that will happen every time people unite on that basis. This is why the correct basis on which to unify is on the methodology of what we refer to as Salafi. The Salafi methodology. I know Salafi to some degree today has come to be like a bad word. The Salafis are these extremist individuals who, are creating what appears to be havoc amongst the Ummah today. Labeling people and chopping people off the list of, reliable this, don't listen to their tapes and this and that, and, off the minhaj.com. This is what Salafiyya unfortunately has been portrayed as. But please, let us not mistake the practice of some groups which have gone to extreme in certain areas to be Salafiyya. No, Salafiyya is a methodology. It's not a group. It's not an organization. You can be in any organization which is in accordance with Quran and Sunnah, etc., and hold that methodology. Right? But this is the point. This is the correct way. This is the way, as the Prophet ﷺ said, 73 sects. The Ummah would divide up into 73, 72 in hell and one paradise. When they asked him, what is that one? He said, the one that I am on and you are on. Companions of the Prophet. That is the one way. So just as we reject the idea that all religions lead to God. You have some people out there, Muslims, who basically in this interfaith kind of dialogue saying it's you scratch my back, I scratch your back, I pat you pat, so we're all right, everybody's okay, as long as you're a sincere Buddhist, you're a sincere Hindu, you're a sincere Christian, we're all headed for God, to God. No, this is a false ideology. They call it the perennialist ideology, promoted by people like Guy Eaton. I don't know if you've seen his books. Guy Eaton from England. And what's that other person who did the Sirah of the Prophet? Martin Lings. He's amongst that group. There's a group of them who promote this idea. They say all the religions are like spokes on a wheel. Allah is the hub, all the religions going to the same direction. No, we reject that. No, there's only one true religion, and that is Islam. All the others are headed to hell. There's only one way. So similarly, as there's only one true religion, because there's only one humanity, there's only one human race. Though people have propagated the ideas of different races, there's only one race, the human race. There's one human race, there's one God, there's one religion, and there's only one way to follow that religion. See, some people say, no, there's many ways, as long as you're Quran and Sunnah, No, there's only one way. This is the Tawheed, right down the line, from one God, one humanity, one religion, because that's what makes sense. Why would Allah have one humanity with the same needs and then He reveals to them a mass of different religions? No, that is illogical. That's confusion. Allah doesn't wish for His people confusion. So there's one religion. And there's only one way to follow that religion. Because otherwise, again, you're ending up in confusion. The Qadianis say we follow Quran and Sunnah. They say we follow Quran and Sunnah. But according to whose interpretation? Their own. So they're off. They're not Muslims at all. So we are on one path. Disagreement is a curse. Differences which relate back to genuine differences in the Prophet ﷺ's practice, these should be tolerated. We should not think that though there's only one way to follow the religion, there's only one way to do everything in the religion. Because Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, when he made takbir, sometimes he did it Allahu Akbar. And sometimes he did it Allahu Akbar. So, if you do this one, or you do this one, it's okay. He didn't do this one, Allahu Akbar. Okay, watch out for this. People in laziness, they no longer put their palms towards Qibla. They just sort of flip the hand over like this. This is not acceptable. Nor did he say, this is for men, and people go farther to touch their ears. Because there's nothing in the Sunnah saying about touching your ears. Right? He said he raised his hands to the level of his ears. Right? And then this is for women. Why? Because, women, chest, cover the chest. Hey, Prophet ﷺ never said that. He never taught that. This is people making up their own, thing, right? So, where the Prophet ﷺ genuinely did different things in different ways, then these we have to recognize, accept, and tolerate.